The head of Uganda Communications Commission came out to reveal that internet is not going to be shut down.
Consumers haven't indicated to me that they want the internet switched off, unless if the media tell me so, that the people out there are yearning for the closure of the internet. The regulator will definitely listen to the consumers. If consumers tell us and say the internet is causing us problems, we'll evaluate that and see whether it is proper to do that. But the consumers haven't told us that. Two, the operators. The operators can also tell us that maybe they have problems, so they are going to maybe, they have to notify us. The operators haven't done that. And they wouldn't do that because data, internet, is their cash cow. That's how they make money. And that's the public service which they give to our people. Another stakeholder is government. Nobody in government has told me anything, even related to closure or switching off of the internet.
And they think that we are stupid. In that statement, you can see that the head of the Electoral Commission, NYOMBI TEMBO, I think is one of the most partisan government employee. But of course, I expect that institutions that are not supposed to be partisan are coming out to make political statements. A government employee like NYOMBI TEMBO is even seen canvassing for support of the NRM, which is not supposed to be the case. So NYOMBI TEMBO was caught lying. And the reason I think he was caught lying is going to be found in this video. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the semesters of NYOMBI TEMBO that the internet is not going to be switched off, and whether it is a lie, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the certain materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to.
The government has not announced or has not directed or implemented any decision to shut down the internet during the election period. Claims suggesting otherwise are false claims and are therefore misleading.
First of all signs show that the internet is going to be switched off, because dictators normally do that. There is a deliberate plan that is aimed at crippling the communication from the opposition. The communication that was done on Starlink, an internet service provider that should lock out the internet from Uganda, or the head of the Uganda Commission coming out to talk about BitChat, etc. It shows that the internet is going to be switched off, yet they are coming out to say that it's not going to be switched off. The reason is they want to tell you that the internet is not going to be switched off, so that on that day, if it is switched off, you are caught unaware. Remember, in 2021 general election, the internet was switched off. But how did the Electoral Commission transfer results from one place to another without internet? Those are questions are supposed to be asked. The NBS used to get actual results. How did they get them? Those questions are supposed to be asked. Because NBS acted as a conduit to put out the results, no other station was allowed to put out the results. So they are, on one hand, they are telling us that the internet is not going to be switched off. Yet on the other hand, all actions show that the internet is going to be switched off. To tell you that it is a lie, the Uganda Revenue Authority came out with a communication telling their customers that they should file their returns before 14th January. In fact, a communication which was made is as follows: filing and payment of monthly rents. The Uganda Revenue Authority informs the general public that due to upcoming presidential and parliamentary elections slated for 15th January 2026, all eligible taxpayers are encouraged to file their monthly value-added tax, pay as you earn, withholding tax, local exercise duty, and gaming and pool betting tax returns, and make the corresponding payment by 12th January. Timely compliance will help taxpayers avoid penalties and interest arising from the late filing and payment of taxes. URA further informs all taxpayers and URA service centers that and the contact center will remain fully operational to provide support. I will end there. So the Uganda Revenue Authority is telling people to pay their taxes by 12 January. Because remember, returns are filed online using the internet. So they fear maybe it is presumed that the internet is going to go off by 13th, 14th, because you are going to vote on 15th. If another institution of government is coming out to force their customers pay before the election, because the medium of payment is internet, it shows you that the internet is going to be removed. So I keep on telling people that under dictatorship and under an authoritarian, those things are supposed to happen. Under a free world, what is the purpose of switching off an internet if you're not going to do something bad? Because people normally rise up to injustices. When there is no injustice, even if the internet is left on, we could be having a credible election. But because you're under an authoritarian, we don't believe the outcome can be free and fair. So what I'm saying to those people that they are playing reverse psychology, internet is going to be switched on, off. Of course, that's my opinion. My name is truly Mr. Makindi. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.